mistakes I notice new players making that other YouTube tutorials don't really go over is one, when you score, you only score after conquering, and two, when you've held a point. You do not gain a point after a showdown. The third point is I see a lot of new players when they have to recycle, they will tap an extra unit and then recycle that extra unit. You don't need to do that. Cycle a resource that is already tapped. The third point is when you are holding a battlefield, you can drop a unit onto that battlefield. You do not need to, for example, if a card has accelerate, you do not need to pay its accelerate cost. You can just pay the original cost and drop the unit onto the battlefield. The other mistake is when we're talking about controlling, is when you control a battlefield, you can only drop a face down card when you're holding a battlefield. You cannot, if your opponent is holding a battlefield, you cannot drop a face down card onto the battlefield. And the last mistake that I'm noticing that is, it's really not too complicated, is when you start a showdown, you cannot move a unit to the battlefield. For example, if you declare a showdown and let's say a chain starts, you cannot move a unit to the battlefield after the chain is resolved. You cannot do that. Um, these are just like five simple things that I've noticed. It's nothing too crazy, but the reason why I'm making this is I want to help out new players. I was fortunate enough that I matched up with people who taught me as we were playing the game and they were being patient. But I'm seeing a lot of new players um, get taken advantage of because they don't necessarily know how to play the game. And I just want this to be a point where people can come to and figure out what they don't understand. And maybe this could help someone, I don't know.